All of a sudden, the phone on his left started to ring. The first ring had him shooting out of his seat. Embarrassed about his overreaction, he composed himself, then picked up the phone. "Dr. Miller?" Nothing. Just the numbing buzz of an empty line ringing in his ear. The call dropped on the last ring. Dr. Miller put the phone down and thought, well, that was strange. Then the phone rang again. This time he answered before the first ring finished. He picked it up and repeated his usual greeting. But still, nothing. He felt nervous. Something about this felt off. There's something a little haunting about answering a phone and finding there's no one there. The silence almost as loud as the thoughts themselves. That droning, abysmal silence. Why can't someone just turn it off? "Help me." The call dropped. That was enough for Dr. Miller. He immediately redialed the last caller. It was their tone. It sounded afraid. Clyde wasn't sure. He felt like this person needed him. But still, there was something eating at him. It was invasive, trying to find a crack anywhere to seep into his mind. It felt like the ringing finally stopped. On the other line, a strong masculine voice, much different than the one Clyde had just heard, or thought he heard, spoke.
"Hello?"
Clyde lost his words and trailed off. He didn't know what he was expecting, but this wasn't it. His brain was firing neurons like pistons. But still, he said nothing. "Hello?" The voice's patience was receding. "Yes, sorry about that." He cleared his throat. "My name is Dr. Clyde Miller, and I believe someone from this number tried to reach me." The voice didn't respond. "I'm a therapist, so I was just wondering if someone was—" "I know who you are." The voice dryly spoke, cutting off the doctor. Taken aback, Miller fumbled his words before spitting out. "Oh, were you the one who called then?" "I did." "I see. Well, how can I help you? Were you wanting to make an appointment?" Clyde noticed his hand turn cold as he held the phone. There was a pause before the voice spoke again. "Do you do house visits?" "I do, but I will let you know up front, I do charge a little bit more than if you were to come to my office. Is that all right?" "Sure, Doc," spoken like a bone buried in the desert. He wasn't very fond of the nickname, but only said, "Well, let me check my calendar quick. I can get you in a week at 2 p.m. Will that work?" "Tomorrow," was the only response given. "Tomorrow," he said with surprise. "I'm sorry, but I can't book you for tomorrow. There's some paperwork that needs to be filled out. Insurance information. I don't need it. I'll pay in cash. Just need one therapy session." "One?" "That's right. One." Now it was Clyde's turn to remain quiet. The voice started again. "It has to be tomorrow. If you can't, then let's forget the whole thing." There it was again, the fear he heard in the voice. Dr. Miller recognized it the moment the voice finished. The doctor thought about his words for a moment before saying, "Okay, I'll make an exception. If you only need one session, we can skip all the paperwork, and you don't even have to pay me." He was stopped again. "You're getting paid, Doc. I don't accept charity, and I don't need your pity." The cold words were felt through the phone. "Well, okay," the doctor said, trying to sound encouraging. "Let me get your information then." The rest was nothing but business, and as the conversation finished, there was a sigh of relief released from the doctor's lungs. He thought to himself, was that weird or what?